Let us begin with a truth that will forever shatter your perception of the desert's most fearsome resident. The scorpion is not just a venomous, aggressive creature that lunges at anything that moves. It is one of the most ancient, resilient, and remarkable survivors in the history of life on Earth, a creature that has been crawling, stinging, and thriving for over 400 million years, long before the first dinosaurs, long before the first trees, long before the first mammals. It has witnessed the formation of continents, the rise and fall of entire ecosystems, and the evolution of countless species. It is a master of adaptation, capable of surviving in some of the harshest environments on the planet, from the scorching deserts of the Sahara to the humid rainforests of the Amazon, from the high mountains of the Himalayas to the caves of the Mediterranean. It has a body that is a marvel of evolutionary engineering, with a segmented tail armed with a venomous stinger, powerful pincers for grasping prey, and a hard exoskeleton that protects it from predators and the elements. It can slow its metabolism to survive months without food and water, withstand radiation doses that would kill most other animals, and glow an eerie blue-green under ultraviolet light, a phenomenon that still baffles scientists. But here is the paradox that haunts every arachnologist who studies them. Despite their fearsome reputation and their incredible resilience, scorpions are facing unprecedented threats from human activity. They are losing their habitats to urbanization, agriculture, and climate change, and they are often killed out of fear and misunderstanding. The scorpion has been on this planet for over 400 million years, surviving mass extinctions that wiped out entire lineages of life. It has witnessed the rise of our species, the building of cities, and the destruction of wild places. And now, it is looking at us with those 8 unblinking eyes, and it is asking a question that we are too afraid to hear. What have you done with your world? Today, we are telling the biography of the scorpion. Not one species, but all scorpions, the diverse, ancient, and misunderstood guardians of the Earth's most extreme environments. The scorpion belongs to the class Arachnida, which includes spiders, ticks, and mites, and the order Scorpiones, which includes over 2,500 species of scorpions, ranging from the tiny Microtissus minimus, which is barely longer than a fingernail, to the massive emperor scorpion, which can grow up to 20 centimeters in length and weigh over 30 grams. The scorpion lineage is one of the oldest terrestrial arthropod lineages on Earth, with fossils dating back to the Silurian period, over 400 million years ago. The earliest scorpions were aquatic, living in shallow seas, and they were much larger than their modern descendants, reaching lengths of over a meter. Over millions of years, they adapted to life on land, evolving into the resilient, predatory arachnids we know today. They are found on every continent except Antarctica, in a wide range of habitats from the arid deserts of North Africa to the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia, from the temperate woodlands of Europe to the high-altitude plateaus of the Andes. Some species, like the deathstalker scorpion, are found in the deserts of the Middle East and North Africa, where they have evolved some of the most potent venom in the animal kingdom. Others, like the emperor scorpion, are found in the tropical rainforests of West Africa, where they are among the largest scorpions in the world. The Arizona bark scorpion is found in the deserts of the southwestern United States and Mexico, and the European yellow-tailed scorpion is found in the Mediterranean region. Despite their wide distribution, scorpion populations are under immense threat. Many species are classified as threatened or endangered, including the Florida bark scorpion, which is found only in the Florida Keys, and the Socotra Island scorpion, which is found only on the island of Socotra off the coast of Yemen. The scorpion is a creature of extremes, but it is also a creature of vulnerability. What defines a scorpion? Let us start with the body, because the scorpion's body is a monument to evolutionary adaptation. Scorpions have a distinctive body shape with a broad, flat cephalothorax, a segmented abdomen, and a long, curved tail that ends in a venomous stinger. The cephalothorax is covered by a hard exoskeleton, which protects the scorpion's vital organs. The abdomen is divided into 2 parts: the mesosoma, which is broad and contains the scorpion's respiratory and reproductive organs, and the metosoma, which is narrow and consists of 5 segments that form the tail. The tail is highly flexible, allowing the scorpion to arch it over its body to strike at prey or defend itself. The stinger or telson contains a pair of venom glands and a sharp, curved aculeus, which injects venom into the victim. Scorpions have 8 legs, which are used for walking and grasping prey. They also have a pair of powerful pedipalps, or pincers, which are used for grasping and crushing prey. The pincers vary in size and shape depending on the species, with some species having large, robust pincers for crushing, and others having small, slender pincers for grasping. Scorpions have simple eyes, or ocelli, which are located on the top of their head. They have 2 to 5 pairs of eyes, depending on the species. But their vision is relatively poor. They rely primarily on their sense of touch and vibration to detect prey and predators. Their body is covered in a layer of sensory hairs, which are highly sensitive to vibrations in the air and on the ground. They also have a pair of comb-like structures called pectines on the underside of their abdomen, which are used for sensing chemical and tactile cues. Their average lifespan is 2 to 10 years, depending on the species, with some species living up to 25 years in captivity. The scorpion is a creature of remarkable adaptation, but it is also a creature of fragility. Now let us talk about the scorpion's daily life and social structure. Because the scorpion is not the solitary, aggressive creature it is often perceived to be. Scorpions are generally solitary animals, spending most of their lives alone. But they do have a complex social hierarchy, with larger, more dominant individuals asserting their dominance through a series of ritualized behaviors, including fighting and displays. They are primarily nocturnal, spending the day hidden under rocks, logs, or burrows, and emerging at night to hunt. They are ambush predators, using their sensitive sensory hairs to detect the vibrations of passing prey. They will wait motionless, often with their pincers spread and their tail arched, ready to strike. When prey comes within range, they will grab it with their pincers and deliver a sting with their tail. The venom paralyzes the prey, and the scorpion will then use its pincers to tear the prey apart and consume it. Scorpions are also known to engage in a range of social behaviors, including courtship dances, where the male and female will grasp each other's pincers and perform a series of movements. The male will then deposit a spermatophore, or sperm packet, on the ground, and the female will pick it up, fertilizing her eggs. After mating, the female will give birth to live young, which are born small and vulnerable and will ride on the mother's back for several weeks until they are old enough to fend for themselves. The scorpion's life is a slow, deliberate process, but it is also a process of survival against the odds. The scorpion's diet is as varied as its species. It is primarily a carnivore, feeding on a wide variety of insects, spiders, and other small arthropods. Some larger species are also known to eat small vertebrates, including lizards, mice, and even small snakes. They use their pincers to grasp and crush their prey, and their venom to paralyze it. They are opportunistic hunters, taking whatever prey is available. Their feeding habits shape the ecosystem. By controlling insect and arthropod populations, they maintain the balance of the ecosystem, preventing overpopulation and the spread of disease. They are also an important food source for a wide variety of predators, including birds, reptiles, and mammals. The scorpion's role in the food web is critical, and their presence is an indicator of a healthy ecosystem. Reproduction is another critical aspect of the scorpion's life story, and it is a slow, deliberate process that reflects the species' vulnerability. Scorpions have a relatively slow reproductive rate, with females typically giving birth to a litter of 1 to 100 young every 1 to 2 years. The gestation period is approximately 6 to 12 months, depending on the species. The young are born, live, and are completely dependent on their mother for the first few weeks of life. They will ride on the mother's back, protected from predators, until they molt for the first time and are able to fend for themselves. The mother is highly protective of her young, and she will often stay with them until they are ready to disperse. The scorpion's reproductive strategy is one of quality over quantity, with a high investment in each offspring to ensure its survival. Now let us talk about the scorpion's daily struggle. Because life for a scorpion is a constant battle against hunger, disease, and the encroachment of humans. Scorpions face a variety of natural threats, including predators like birds, reptiles, and mammals, which prey on them. They also face threats from disease and parasites, which can weaken them and make them vulnerable to predation. However, The most significant threat to scorpion survival is human activity. Scorpions are losing their habitats to urbanization, agriculture, and climate change. They are often killed out of fear and misunderstanding, and they are also captured for the pet trade. The scorpion's struggle is not just a biological one. It is a fight against the consequences of human activity, a fight that will determine its fate. How is the scorpion useful to humans? Let us count the ways that are rarely acknowledged. First, ecosystem regulation. Scorpions are the gardeners of the arid and tropical ecosystems, controlling insect and arthropod populations and maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. They are also an important food source for a wide variety of predators. Second, scientific research. Scorpions are a model species for studying evolution, physiology, and venom biology. Their venom contains a complex cocktail of toxins that have been used to develop new drugs, including painkillers, antibiotics, and treatments for autoimmune diseases. Third, cultural significance. Scorpions have been woven into the mythology and art of many cultures, representing danger, protection, and the spirit of the desert. Now, what can humans learn from the scorpion? First, the power of resilience. Scorpions have survived for over 400 million years, adapting to some of the harshest environments on Earth. Humans can learn to be more resilient and adaptable. Second, the importance of caution. Scorpions are not aggressive. They only sting when threatened. Humans can learn to approach the unknown with caution and respect. Third, that the natural world is sacred. Scorpions live in harmony with their environment. We cannot survive without the natural world. Now let us talk about conservation, because the story of the scorpion is not over. It is being written now by each of us. Many scorpion species are still threatened. The Florida bark scorpion is endangered, and the Socotra Island scorpion is critically endangered. The primary threats to scorpion populations are habitat loss, climate change, and the pet trade. There are solutions. Protected areas, including national parks and wildlife reserves, can safeguard critical habitats and allow scorpion populations to recover. Regulating the pet trade through international agreements can reduce the impact of collection. Education is key. People need to understand that scorpions are not monsters. They are essential partners in the health of the planet. The future of the scorpion depends on our choices today. And now, we come to the final truth. The scorpion has been on this planet for over 400 million years. It has survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and the shifting of continents. It has witnessed the rise of our species from small, frightened mammals into global dominators. It has been hunted, captured, and pushed to the brink. And yet, it is still here, crawling through the deserts, hiding under the rocks, and raising its young. It is looking at us with those 8 unblinking eyes, and it is asking a question that we are too afraid to hear. What have you done with your world? We have the power to destroy the scorpion. We also have the power to save it. The choice is ours. Every time we look at a scorpion, we see a creature that is not so different from us, a creature that has adapted to its environment in extraordinary ways, a creature that teaches us what it means to be human. Because in the end, the scorpion is not just an animal. It is a mirror. It reflects our capacity for resilience, for caution, for grief, and for hope. It shows us who we are and who we could become. So let us protect the scorpion, not because it is useful, but because it is sacred, not because it is endangered, but because it is irreplaceable. Let us give the scorpion a future, not just for its sake, but for ours. Because a world without scorpions is a world without wonder, a world without wisdom, a world without resilience. And that is a world we do not want to live in.